All right, we are live today. It is December 5th. Is it
Yep.
too late to send your stuff into Amazon FBA for Q4? We were talking a little about this on the off stream. Cody was like, yup.
Yeah, it's a little late. The odd thing is, like, if your stuff checks in really fast, it could get there, it could not. So it's like a wishy-washy. Like, I wouldn't send in something that, you have to sell before uh the 25th, because you don't know whether or not it's going to get there or not. But it's really just it's coin toss whether it's your items are going to be available for sale or not right now.
Yeah, so the summary of that is if you're sending in seasonal items, it's you're getting very close to cutoff time. Very risky at this point. But what about sending stuff into Amazon FBA? Do you think that's a waste?
No, so stuff sells year round, and like all of the toys you're buying right now that you're like, oh, Q4 this, Q4 that, right? Those toys could still be good like year round. They might not have as much volume. You also have to think, like, there's people, they order stuff from Amazon, they get it gifted. Say the person doesn't like the gift, they return the gift to Amazon, and by default, Amazon gives you a credit balance if you don't select that little drop down, right? So when you return something to Amazon, you can either get that credit back onto your credit card, right? So you can basically get those funds back onto your credit card, or by default, say somebody's not too like tech savvy or they just kind of hit the button, it goes back onto your Amazon account. So then you have to spend that money. And there's also people that gift Amazon gift cards. It's a really popular gift, right? Just gift cards in general during the Christmas time. People get money during the time, so they might be like, oh, okay, I didn't get the exact toy that I wanted right now, but I'm still gonna get it this year. You know what I mean? And they buy
Yeah,
it for themselves. Some people have two Christmases or two, whatever they celebrate, right? Um, Maybe they have a family here in America, and then they go somewhere else to celebrate Christmas with them, like their distant family. Uh, Everybody's situation's a little bit different.
yeah, I know for sure people definitely like didn't quite get exactly what they were expecting, but they still really wanted those yoga pants or like those shoes or like that toy or that technology thing or whatever it is, that grocery item. I'm just kidding.
That grocery item.
I mean, groceries year round, but I mean, there's definitely, I know last year, I think January was just a massive month for me. I think it really comes down to like, if you spend more money and send more stuff in that like has demand, like it's going to sell. And really your sales are going to be determined by like how much you're sending in. So it's definitely
Yeah.
not too late, but seasonal stuff, like beware, like it may not get checked in. You might be
Yeah,
stuck
look
at
at
this point.
so like in Keepa, you can go back to the past years, right, of the listing. So I would definitely see like how is this item performing after the 25th. Like there was some items where like I thought it would, like, as soon as Christmas comes, it would not really sell as well, but you know, some of these items a month, 2 months after, they still sell really well if you look at the Keepa. So there's also a huge opportunity there because there's a lot of people trying to sell it really quick because they think, oh, the price is going to tank. But then in reality, um, there could be stable sales when other people think it's a seasonal item. But if you read the Keepa and you're like, oh, okay, that's an opportunity.
I've never heard that before, but actually that makes a ton of sense because everyone's just automatically like, oh, I need to sell my item before Christmas, Q4, blah 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 blah. But like,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
there's five
exactly.
people on the listing instead of 25 people, like the price is probably going to go up. So even if there's
Yeah,
less demand,
exactly. Yeah, there was like this pine scent thing, and I thought like, oh, that's probably going to be more of like a Christmas thing. And I looked at the Keepa graph, and it really was, but it's still like sold pretty well year round. So it's kind of one of those things where it's kind of seasonal, but not really.
it's probably like winter. And
Yeah, it's like
yeah,
it's one of those. It's basically one of those like smelly pods.
we got Christiana. Let's go. Good to see you. We got Jose. Too late when you're dead. Exactly. Yeah, just keep sending stuff in. Always.
Just always send stuff in. just never stop. Speaking about sending stuff in, Seth, you know how I was like, I want to do 400 units a day. 400 units. I did 484 today.
Hey,
We
congrats.
did
That's a
a
lot of
lot.
units
We did a
printed. Yeah.
we pumped it.
You got Cisco. Yo, yo, yo. Good to see you. Welcome. Yeah, you've been sending in the units like a ton.
Yeah, I kind of faced an issue because my restock limits was at like 2K, and it's so funny because I would do FBM all the time, so like I could only have 2K units, and like I felt that I went from having like no FBA to hitting that like restock limit thing in like a week. But all my stuff sold really fast, so they doubled it. So now I have like 4K
Eh,
units that I can have. Like a lot of this stuff, I'm like, okay, like even if it makes a few bucks, like I want to move hundreds of units. That's kind of my my plan right now. And yeah, I just think it's really funny. Like I was like, oh, I have 900 units and I can't send them in because of restock limits. And then that like late, I was like, dude, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then later that day they doubled it, so that was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, when you send stuff in that.
Oh, Seth, your mic cut out a little
Sorry
bit.
about that. When you send in stuff that absolutely flies, they will very quickly raise your restock limit. But it has to be like.
It's all good. I'll just let you figure out the mic situation for a second. But thanks for showing up, Cisco. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, what is up, Cisco?
I think it's better now. Yeah.
Shout
Are
out
you
to
still selling tickets? No, I basically broke even with that, and I'm like, I know this is going to be the same amount of focus and skill needed like Amazon FBA, like a whole nother thing. So reselling like concert tickets.
Oh,
Yeah,
is that
there's
what
a
it means?
whole like market of reselling concert
Yeah,
tickets, like
I
sport tickets.
I've heard of some ticket scalpers.
Yeah, it's basically what it is. Like you have to be like so technical with it.
Were you like, I gotta get the Taylor Swift one?
I didn't try that one, but
Oh, okay.
that type of stuff. Yeah, like if you could get those.
Have you been doing that stuff?
I was doing that in the summer. I spent like maybe 2 months doing it.
Nice. Did you enjoy it?
It was all right. It was I don't know. It was like think online arbitrage with like cancellations and like accounts getting banned and all that.
Yeah.
And then there's also less data. Like it's kind of a subjective thing. Like, is your ticket going to sell out? And like, is the price actually going to go up? And are you even going to be able to get the ticket that you want?
And then
It's
like
kind of a lot of things. Yeah.
I can imagine if you don't sell your ticket by the time you lose all of the money.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to sell your ticket.
uh,
It's a good hustle though, but like it's not just like a get rich quick thing. Like you're gonna have to put a lot of effort into it.
yeah.
Never stop sending things in. Items sell heavy in January too.
That's
Yeah,
a
exactly.
fact.
Yeah, definitely.
That is a fact. 100%.
I kind of feel like January is the extension of Q4. Like literally, I think it's probably better than October, maybe even November.
The MF opportunities right now, Seth, are absolutely insane.
Yeah. Have you been doing that?
Yeah, so I haven't like been going too hard on that because I've been really trying to do FBA, like a lot more FBA and move units that way because I don't like packing like lower dollar items. Like I don't like the idea of like, oh, I have to pack like say like a few $5 profit items. I just really because the time like the amount of money you make per hour is just really low. Uh, but there's some items where it's like you can literally order 20, get it like when you get it in hand, you can sell it all out in a day, and it's just insane right now.
Yeah.
I wish I had more money. Like just being completely transparent, all I gotta say is everything's maxed out.
Yeah.
It's we everything everything's maxed out. We're going as hard as possible. That was my biggest regret with the other Q4s, was just not going hard enough. I don't know if you felt that before, Seth.
Yeah, I mean, last Q4, I was kind of just getting the hang of things. Like, I think I just started leveraging like early December, and it was like only 10K. So it was just like, I think this is basically my first Q4.
Oh, okay. You're
Yeah.
saying your last Q4 was 10K revenue?
No. What I was saying is like the first bit of leverage that I used in my business was 10K.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I did like 31K last December.
Okay.
At the time, that was like double what I had been doing most months because I was doing books and like RA and stuff.
Yeah. Dude, last December was so funny. Like, I didn't know how to read Keepa at all. And I literally just bought stuff from cook groups, and like I was at like 18K revenue or something like that. I thought it was like insane. Like, looking back and not being able to read the Keepa graphs is like you put so much trust in some of these people that like run groups and different things like that,
They're
and you
just
have
like,
no idea.
they're just giving you this stuff that they didn't buy from their VA, and it's just like,
Sometimes I was that group was the OG group where I really learned everything from. It's not a group anymore. It was called Marble City Brick Club. And my good buddy Zach, he he owned it, and he really just taught me all the way. Shout out Zach. Um, but yeah, so not sidetracking too much, but yeah, so like the opportunity in December is insane. Like, even if you don't know what you're doing, like, you can make so much money.
like FBMs. Like, if you know how to do FBM and you're willing to do FBM, like now is the time. Like, about the topic of our video today, like now is the time to do FBM if you want to do FBM. I have very little experience in FBM, so I just have basically chosen to not do that.
Dude,
But
I don't know how long it's gonna take getting to uh Cisco's thing. He said join the club, Cody. I maxed out to pull 10K from saving from some buyer ace. And dude, I I have money in stocks, and I really I just want to pull everything out and just buy, because it just doesn't make any sense. I've literally had money in like stock accounts for like 2 years. It didn't do anything, and like this week, there's so much money to be printed with Merchant Fulfill. But yeah, that's awesome. I'm happy you found a great ASIN. So many things are popping off right now. Too many cooks.
basically, what I'm finding with the stuff that I purchased in November and is like going active now, like all this stuff, like there were things that I thought like, man, maybe I could sell one or two of these, and they like sell out in like 4 days. I'm just like, I should have bought much deeper. Like next Q4, I'm gonna buy like double everything.
Yeah. This is like very oddly specific, but like I've noticed with Keepa in the offers tab, if it's like an item and it says, oh, it only moves like two. Well, I say only. Say it move. Say Keepa says, oh, it moves 2,000 in a month. I think some of the time that's uh exponentially off, because Keepa pings. I mean, my bad. Yeah, Keepa pings to Amazon's like their webpage, right? So there's a lot of sales that are missed because the item's selling so fast. So even if you
So
look
you
at a
think it's
Keepa graph
more?
and it says it's moving 2,000 units a month, it might actually move 6,000. That's kind of what I'm the conclusion that I've been getting to lately. I know that's really oddly specific, but maybe Cisco will appreciate that.
Jose, I'll get to your comment in a second, but yeah, like there were things that like the Keepa offers tab was showing like as little as like 5, 6, 7 sales a month, and like there weren't many sellers on the listing, and like those types of things, like I literally would get like 4 sales like quickly. So it was just interesting. Like stuff is just selling faster than you think it would. Jose is saying, "Oh, go ahead."
Well, I was just gonna say with like Jose, he said, do you guys buy in summer items now? So buy summer items now, and put them FBM so you can hold for summer later. So I don't personally hold, but I know there's a huge opportunity just selling summer items year round, right? Because there's some places in the world that are, well, it depends on what marketplace you're selling on, obviously. But like, say, say Florida right now, like I walked out, it's like 80 degrees, like it's not really cold here. So somebody could buy a pool right now. I'm not saying that they would, but like they could do it. So I'm just kind of trying to get at like the sales velocity is going to be a little bit lower. And just kind of like the final thing is if you hop on these hot summer items before they really pick up and all the cook groups and everything get onto them, there's a ginormous opportunity to make money. Like, because the thing is nobody's even thinking about that yet. But you're like the only guy that has whatever it is, the 10 by 30 summer waves pool or whatever it is. You have the certain outdoor inflatable, right?
Yeah, exactly. And like, if you're like the one of 3 people who have that active at Amazon FBA, like it's just going to go up
Yeah.
for the time being.
I was talking about the water inflatables, by the way. Maybe that sounded a little weird.
Like the bounce houses.
Yeah, not the bounce houses.
Cisco says, I'm in a store now cleaning a shelf for FBM.
Dude, let's go, Cisco.
Heck yeah. Seth, I'm 58 units deep in FBM after already completing 130 units last night. Send help.
Dude,
That's awesome.
That is awesome. Yeah, that's the power of merchant fulfill.
Are you saying you could explain why in the Keepa offers tab, like it says there's only a couple sales, but then things move a lot faster? Is that what you're saying, or?
Are you talking about Cisco's comment?
Yeah, when he says I could explain why.
Oh yeah, I'm not too sure what he means by that. Dude, 130 orders. That's insane.
What up, guys? Watching from Morocco. It's 3 a.m. here.
A late night grinder.
Late night grind. If you ever want to watch the replay instead of being up at 3 a.m.
No, he has to be here, Seth.
Has to be here live.
He's got to be here live for the questions.
You got to get your
get his question answered. Well, I guess he could comment. That's the lame answer, though.
He's probably.
Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Watching YouTube at 3 a.m. is such a vibe.
It is. Especially like you just get up and like someone's randomly live streaming. You're like, oh, hi. I go flip.
Like, oh. Exactly. Yeah, dude. All I gotta say is, dude, I feel like I slept on FBM so hard. Like, there's so many items where you just order like 20 to your house and then sell it same day and ship it out. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Do you guys list FBM through Inventory Lab as well, Cody?
So I need to do that. I actually recently figured out that I've heard the problem with it is it takes like 1 to 3 hours for it to kind of actually show up on your Amazon seller account. So like say you're on the desktop version of Amazon, like you're logged into Amazon Seller Central, right? And you add one stock of an item, whatever it is, say like a shoe, right? That gets available for sale in like 15 minutes. Well, I heard if you add it through Inventory Lab, it could take up to like 3 hours. So that's one thing that I don't like about it. But the thing that I really enjoy about listing through Inventory Lab is you can input your buy cost there, because the really annoying part is when you're doing FBM, going back into Inventory Lab and then inputting the buy cost for every single item you sold. That takes forever, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, so it doesn't track the buy cost in Inventory Lab if you just list it through Seller Central, which is a nightmare if you just do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that bad. You put on some music, copy paste the buy cost, especially if it's like the same items. If it's a bunch of one-offs, then it's like it's a real pain. I
do a lot of one-offs.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's whatever works for you, though.
Yeah. Cisco says, yes, Seth, that's why I could explain why about the offers tab Will do. Appreciate it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still learning about the offers tab, but I feel like it's always like you get the feedback of like you looked at an offers tab and you remembered how it was, and then your stuff actually performs in a slightly similar way or a different way, and you kind of learn from it. That's really the beauty of Amazon in every aspect of it.
I really trust in the offers tab because I think it's one of the best like data points to make your decision of like how much you're gonna buy. But there's definitely some issues in it, and like some days I'm like, man, dude, the offers tab is like really lying to me. And then other days, I'm like, wow, this was actually like really on point. And I think it really comes down to like no software is perfect, but you just kind of have to learn how to get it to pretty much an exact science. And really the best way to get the data is selling it yourself, kind of like Seth said. Like just selling the item. Did it sell? All right, we go buy more. It's really that simple.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know, a lot of you guys probably know this, but in your Seller Central in inventory, you can click the SKU, and then you can kind of get that graph of what's actually sold over 30 days, 90 days, etc. And you can see like, well, I sent in 20 units and they all sold within 3 weeks. Okay, maybe I should go for like 30 units next time or 40 units next time.
Exactly.
Jose says, any correlation between the data offers tab and Keepa drops?
Oh yeah, I really like this one. So so I'll get the nerd out a little bit, So the offers tab is a little bit different than the drops. So what people at least, back in like 2017, 2016, people were talking about, oh, when there's a drop, there's a sale. And they're not wrong, but they're not right. Because I've seen like there's certain listings, right, where it will say, oh, there's 18 drops. So if you believe that a drop is a sale, so like I've seen listings where 18 drops, like the listing has 18 drops, but that listing sells over 400 times a month. And I've known that because I've been, I was on the listing. So 18 drops doesn't mean the listing gets 18 sales. I just want to kind of debunk that too. People also think that 18 drops means that every single time a drop happened, one sale happened. No. That is also incorrect because it could be one sale of multiple quantities, right? So if somebody orders, say 5 of something, right, that could be counted in Keepa as one drop, right? So say you saw 10 drops, that could have been 50 sales. The drops is I wouldn't go. How do I put this? Like I don't trust the drops as much as I trust the offers tab, but drops are just kind of nice. Like it tells you, okay, like say the offers tab is really lacking, it doesn't have too much data, and you see there's been 5 drops in the last 30 days. Chances are like that lets you know, okay, it sold pretty much at least 5 times, and then you look into the offers tab. Maybe the offers tab tells you, oh, in the last 30 days, 20 have sold. So maybe you'll do a test buy of like 5 or 10, or it just depends. Everything really just depends. But the drops is nice to look at. But honestly, now I don't really look at the drops. I think the offers tab is like when I look at a listing, I will always go to the offers tab, include historical offers, and then just kind of look at it. Drops is all right. I guess that's kind of the getting around to it.
Yeah, like when I got into land arbitrage, I like lived and died by the drops, and I always under purchased for everything. Like, because I would look at the drops and be like, yeah, 10 drops. There's 5 sellers. I can sell 2 a month or whatever.
Yeah,
I would just sell out like immediately.
Yeah, there's certain like Nike sock listings where it's like, oh, this has 70 drops, but the sock moves 400 units in a day. So it's like it's a little off. Like, but it's nice. Like, there's nothing bad about the drops, but there's nothing good. Also, another thing, the drop in the sales rank, right? People see that drop in the sales rank. They're like, oh, it's sold this many times. That's also incorrect. So that's also another thing. It could be a sale, and it usually is. But like, say you see the Keepa, like the sales graph, right? You see 10 different drops in that, like the green line, the sales rank line, right? You see 10 different drops. That lets you know, okay, at least 10 sales, right? If you're not looking at a variation listing too, right? This is saying you're not looking at a variation listing. You see the drops, and you're like, okay, that's 10 sales. In the drops, it said that there's 10 drops. And then in the offers tab, it sold 50. It probably sells like around 50. But it really just depends. You just got to test stuff out. That's a nerd out about it too much, but
We got Hamda in the chat. Hello, how are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for listening. Let's talk about Keepa and all the intricacies of it. There's just so much to Keepa. Quick question. Should I do FBM or still can I do FBA? I'm a new seller and I need to sell as much as possible this month. Thanks. Yeah, if you want to sell as much as possible this month, if you go hard with FBM, like that's
FBM. Look at they're a new seller. So FBM. So make sure you're ungated in a lot of the popular brands, and I would use eSpay. eSpay is really good. Kohl's is really good. I mean, really, just eSpay and Kohl's will get you most of the ungates, and then I would heavily focus on FBM, especially if you don't have too much money, because you can compound that money extremely quickly. Especially with what's happening right now with Q4, the volume's insane. Like Cisco the other day, he sold 130 units FBM. Stuff's flying right now. So
Bolo, I'm gonna pull that up on the screen. We got Rake and Profit in the house. You guys are amazing, awesome insights. So much to learn about Keepa. Yeah, man. Like, good to see you, man. Speaking of that, I think Rakin and Cody and I are going to be doing a live stream to wait. Is it tomorrow? Wednesday. I don't know what day it is, but yeah, I'm gonna pull this up.
Just reseller things, Yeah, but thanks for showing up, Rakin. Really appreciate it. Congratulations on the 40K month. That's awesome. Especially with your margins too. Like, his margins are insanely good. Like, there's people doing 100K months in OA, but they don't have anywhere near as good margins as Reagan. So I think he's doing an amazing job.
Did I type this wrong? Is it Jose? Is this a Pokemon? The Pokemon?
Yeah, it's like a.
Let me pull this up.
Sword and Shield thing. I don't know exactly where you'd source this. Maybe from a wholesaler, or maybe at a website.
Ooh, this is expensive. High ticket. I love high ticket. High ticket with some velocity. Ooh. Let's see what the offers tab says, since we've been talking about it so much. You guys can see my screen, correct? Oh, hello.
Offers tab is where it's at.
So include historical offers. Yeah, this is saying 4,000. So it's actually pretty similar to what this is saying. I mean, this person sold. Where do you get 285 of these?
The thing is with Pokemon, a lot of the time, I'm pretty sure you just got to buy it wholesale, or like it's buy and holds. Really? I don't know exactly where you're sourcing that from, but
oh yeah, that's.
I mean, we could dig
anywhere. 79.90. Oh, what? Is that good?
No, that's no. That's
ooh, I can make $8 profit. Ooh, 10%.
Oh.
Ooh.
Can I get a discounted gift card? Can I get that 15% off? Maybe that's actually pretty good.
We can. Do we play Jeopardy?
Dude, I don't know. Like, why would you have a website and you have spin the wheel? I guess it works because they're doing it, but
I guess
it's just so goofy.
It is goofy.
Going to what Rakin says, he says, "You guys are amazing, awesome insights. So much to learn about Keepa." Yeah, Keepa's insanely deep. I love it. Yeah, there's just endless amount of things to learn about Keepa.
Steve's saying, thanks, man. How are sales going? Would love to hear updates about your businesses. Ooh, that would be a good thing to talk about.
Yeah, I'm
badass. I appreciate that.
this house is badass.
Yeah, Steve would know, but I didn't turn on the AC in time today, and it was super warm upstairs. I always turn. I don't do that quick enough. For me, I think I did 45K in the last 30 days, and the margins got better as well.
I'd have to see. I think I'm around like 50-ish 30 day. I completely transitioned because of really account health issues from doing a lot of MF shoes to doing more of FBA, just like really like a lot of volume, tons of volume. This month so far, I'm sitting at 13K. So we've had a really good start to the month.
That's a great start.
We're schmooving right now. We're we're trying to really focus on FBM now. I miss Seth's house. It's badass.
Seth's house is a sauna. But
you have a sauna, Seth?
No, Steve does. But
Steve does. That's awesome. Dude,
and
sauna is such an experience.
Steve inspired me this morning. Well, a couple of things inspired me. I was looking at a podcast the other day, and it said that going in ice water for 3 to 6 minutes gives you like a 2.5x dopamine boost for like just about the rest of the day. So I filled up my bathtub with super cold water and just sat in there. And it was so hard, but I did it, and I feel much better today.
Let's go, Seth. That's awesome. I've never I've never done that. I know Raken's a huge fan. He's got a barrel.
Ice. I don't know what it's called. The ice bucket thing.
Wow.
Got to get you in the ice bath in my place. Exactly. That would the cool thing about your thing is that it's straight up. With the bathtub, I have to like lean back to like get my whole body in there. But with the ice bath, you're totally in there.
Yeah, that's what's up. I've heard there's a lot of benefits. I've also heard like you burn a ton of calories while being in the ice bath. I don't know if that's true or false, but because your body's trying to warm itself up and you're just extremely cold.
Yeah, I mean, probably. Like the first 30 seconds, I was breathing super hard.
Yeah.
Is this the same thing? Oh, it's an auction. And it's not.
Oh, are you looking for the?
Yeah, I'm just like, does it happen to be available?
Like, where is it at? It could have been. Let me see what this one is.
Oh, I'm not even
really messing with Pokemon too much.
I was looking it up on eBay, this Bolo, but there was nothing really available right now. It's kind of too fast of an item to just be sitting there profitably, I think.
Let's Google this.
You probably have to do RA for that one. I don't know. I'm getting fatter than ever. I need to take an ice bath more often. That's a spirit, Raken. That's a spirit.
Here on Google it says a 15-minute cold shower can burn as many as 62 calories.
62 calories.
That's actually
that's pretty quick.
Pretty significant.
Like you can run a mile on a treadmill and burn like 80 calories.
Yeah. So I mean that's not bad. 62. Really, just not eating helps you lose weight.
Just stop eating.
I'm not telling Raken that. I'm just gonna speak it out loud. I mean, I like fitness. So interesting.
I need to get back on my fitness game more. The last 2 mornings I've ran, but before that I didn't run very much at all. Jose
cardio.
Oh, what's that?
I'm just saying. It's cardio is rough.
Yeah, cardio is rough. So, are you done selling used items from eBay to Amazon, Seth? I am probably 90% new items at this point. So, It was just about 100% used items before. So basically, my return rate was extremely high, like 20 to 40% some months. And so like the margins were really good with used things, but like with new items, like last month, my return rate was more like 10%, which was like so much better than before. So I still do a little bit, just like the small, easy, like convenient stuff that like isn't going to get broken, isn't going to get returned as much, basically. I think it's still a good way to make money, but I just want to do new items now.
Yes, Seth, I don't think I've really asked you this. So, do you ever do used books like with eBay to Amazon?
Like hardly ever.
Oh, okay.
I have like one ASIN that I replenish every once in a while, but that's about it.
Okay.
It's not serious at all. It's not Joji level where I'm like, all right, these people are fighting each other out, and suddenly it's $25 when it should be $125. I'm not that sophisticated.
Yeah. I like the used book eBay to Amazon game because the margins are insane. Like that's pretty much what I used to do when I didn't have any money. But I would use Keepa product or not Keepa product finder. Keepa deals tab. That's what it is. So you can see the
Mhm.
drops when Amazon comes into stock. That's more of like an Amazon to eBay kind of thing. But you could also use it to find underpriced books on eBay by hitting the eBay tab on Keepa. I would do like basically a mix of those two things.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean,
and that was pretty good. Was that?
I'm sure that like works really well. You can also like you could probably also mess with those criterias and be like the eBay price needs to be under $15, the Amazon price needs to be over $50. Like you could do extreme stuff like that if you just want the really good ones and mess around with it a lot. Jose's got a question for you, Cody. At what point do you stop FBM, Cody? Mid-January?
So
August?
so so we never stop FBM. You do FBM all year. If you want to make money really quickly, you do FBM and you find items that move FBM because the thing is you get your money back insanely fast. Well, with sending items into Amazon FBA, you literally have to get the item to your house, prep or your prep center, what either to your house or to your prep center, right? You have to wait like a week, 2 weeks, sometimes even 3 weeks for the stuff to check in. Then it has to be at Amazon's warehouse for sale. Then it actually has to sell, get to the customer, and then like after it gets delivered, you get paid out like a week after that. So the thing is, that process is extremely long. While with FBM, it's literally, oh, I have some units at my house, right? Somebody buys it from you, you ship it out to the customer, bam, you get paid like basically in like a week and a half, right? So FBM, the churn on your money is insanely good. So if you don't have too much money, FBM's amazing. Or if you're just really willing to put in the work, FBM's the way to get out of the trenches. You know what I mean? FBM is awesome. Love it.
Then the pros to FBA though is the pros with FBM. It feels like there's more to manage. You have your inventory like in hand, which is a pro and a con. And it's a
Yep.
pro because like if you get suspended, you have your inventory. That's great. And like you have complete control over stuff. Less stuff could get lost if you're good at managing it. If you suck at managing it, like you're an absolute like chaos mode if you're not good at it. Um, the reason I do FBA is I feel like the hourly is better. It's easier to delegate my prep with the prep center. But like the con is like, geez, like I'm using a lot more money. Like if I was using that money and then doing FBM with it, like you can do a lot more with your money with FBM, that's for sure. Like so
Yep.
much more.
If you want to scale, and you're like, man, I'm doing like 5, 10K months, and you just don't have enough money, FBM's the way to go. Like I'm a huge advocate of like if you want to actually like really grow your business fast, FBM.
Yeah. Basically with FBA, if you're trying to leverage, you basically need to use you almost need to use a 0% APR card, because if you just try and scale on that 30-day cycle or even the 60-day cycle of the plum, like the cash flow cycle of FBA is, when you add everything up and reality sets in, it's really like 2 months, 2.5 months. So like you're not going to get your money back in time. So you kind of need to like have money or like be selling stuff that's like huge ROI. Jose is saying free shipping FBM or charge shipping.
So I personally do free shipping because I think the consumer just likes free shipping. But if they live in somewhere like Canada, so I do ship to Canada, I'm charging them a massive amount of shipping. If they live in California, you're getting charged some shipping because I live on the East Coast. So it's kind of like it depends on your current situation, the items you sell. Also, you can have multiple shipping templates. So say you have an item where it is, a massive 100-pound item, you would probably want a different shipping template for that than say like a shoe, right? A shoe's like 2 pounds and it's like, usually like a 14 by 10 by 6. So it's like pretty smallish. So that's one thing that I really had to learn when I started doing FBM is you're like, oh, this person bought this item and you're happy about it, right? Because you got the sale. And then you realize, oh, I have to pay $20 shipping out of pocket because my shipping template was off. Um, and they ordered expedited shipping in one day because it was free and you didn't charge extra for that. So just little things like that. Like I charge extra for 3-day, 2-day, next day, things like that. If it's like standard delivery, I just charge free shipping. That's just what I do. You could play around with it too.
And Jose is saying, how much per order and per pound do you charge for shoes?
I'd have to see. So I'd have to see on the expedited and all the day. If it actually, it would make just more a lot more sense. I'm gonna put in my Discord link, and then just DM me, and I'll send you the template that I use.
That's a great idea.
Let me put that. All right. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to find your live stream on. Here we go.
Yeah, sometimes it gets hidden, but
Yeah, it really does. So that's my Discord username. You can just send me a DM, and I'll send you the template that I use, and also like experiment with it. Like it's not, there's some instances where I'm like, man, I like on my template, I really like to overcharge people shipping because I really hate having to pay shipping out of pocket, and I would much rather like overcharge somebody and then make like an extra $15.
Yeah, I mean,
then
my shipping template is usually around $100 for shipping, and like it's really profitable when I get the sale. I don't know why I don't get many sales, but it happens sometimes.
Yeah, that's also another thing. You can't you can't charge too much on the shipping because then it's like, oh man, I'm not getting any sales. So
no, I don't do that, obviously, but
all right, sweet.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. Is it too late to send inventory in for Q4? Probably. Yes. But like stuff sells all the time. So like literally don't stop sending stuff in. Like maybe spend a little bit more on your pricing, a little bit more on FBM, but like definitely send stuff in. Sells all year. Cody, any last words before we head off?
Make money on the internet. The opportunity is insane right now. We live in one of the best times to make money. Don't listen to all those other people like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Yes, you can. That's all I gotta say. Let's get it. Let's make the bread.
All right. Well, hope you guys have a good night and take care.
Bye, friends.